Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kat and today I'm going to show you all the pages that I did in my junk journal for August. I'm really excited to show you all the pages that I did because August was a pretty fun month in terms of junk journaling pages, and I'm just really excited to show you everything that I did for pages in my junk journal and what I added into my daily junk calendar. Every month I post a video like this, so if you missed the past ones, I'm going to link them down below. But in this video, I'm just going to show you all the pages that I did in my junk journal for August and everything that I included in my junk calendar for August, which is always super exciting to show you. This is how my junk journal is looking like. It's pretty thick and I still have, I would say, like half the pages to fill in. So I don't know how this guy is going to handle it. He looks like a literal brick. It smells like plants and coffee, and it's super heavy. So yeah, we'll see, but this is what it's looking like, and I'm really happy with it. So the first page that I want to show you is a page that I did at the beginning of my notebook. I was saving the pages in my notebook for like a collage with flowers, and I was going to do a whole garden in here, but they all went bad with time, so I couldn't use them for my junk journal, and I kind of left this page blank until I went to my grandma, and she had like one of these big calendars that you put on your wall, and she gifted it to me because she was going to throw it away. And I saw that one of the calendars was for March, which was when I started my junk journal. And so I put it as a background and I just searched for a quote about time and I wrote it with my junk journal letters. And it says, "Weird to think this is only the beginning." And I really like how it looks. It's very like vintage-y and has a lot of stars and colors, and there's a whole thing going on. It's not my favorite page, but I really like how it turned out. And so yeah, it's in the beginning of my notebook, but I actually did it in August. Now for the other pages that I did, I was kind of like going back and forth on my pages. So this one is another complete one. I started this page I think in July, and I was collecting all the stickers from the fruits that I bought, and I put them in here, and this is the final page. It's so cute. I'm going to do another one like this. I just need to get more pictures for the background for the fruits, but these are all from like supermarket flyers. This is like a pack of frozen fruits, and this is just like a shopping bag that I printed it and I put it in this page. And it looks super fun. I like all the colors and textures. It's really nice. I've also been updating my scraps page. I'm building it super slowly, but it's looking pretty nice. And same thing for my washi tape one. Every time that I write letters or I pack orders, I put them in here, the ones that are like just a little bitsy left. And yeah, my page is coming together. I just need to do the title that I keep forgetting to do. And for August, I always try to do at least 5 pages per month because I have a very busy month. This is one of them. This is the calendar that I'm going to show you in a second. Then I think this one I also did in August. It's like a monochromatic page with all things red. I really like to do these types of pages. I think it's the most common thing in my junk journal is when I just put junk together that it's the same color, and I call it art. And so I really like how this page turned out. Then I have my calendar, and then because my grandma is clearing her entire house, I've been collecting a lot of junk, and that includes magazines and old books. And I discovered one that has some various parts from Lisbon, and I put them in here. And yeah, it was just like a fun collage, nothing more to it. But I just wanted to save all the things that I found from my grandma, so I just made this page. Then I did a monochromatic one with blues, and one thing that I've been really enjoying is just to cut up stars like this. You just do a scrap of paper, you draw stars in the back, you cut them, and you place them in your junk journal, and it looks so fun and artistic. I really like how it turned out. And then I also did some like loops in here because I had a tea bag here and I thought it would look nice to have the thread around it. And these are just like a bunch of junk that I've been collecting for the past months, and I just put it in here in a dark blue page. Then we went to Estufa Fria in Lisbon, and I collected various leaves that were on the ground, and I took a flyer from there that I used to make the title. This is the ticket, and this leaf is going bad, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it in my journal or I'm going to just take this page all apart. But yeah, it smells like plants. It doesn't smell like death or anything, but when I stuck it in here, it was green and now it's brown. So yeah. And then this is a page that I found on Pinterest that I was like, I need to do a page like this because I've been collecting food wrappers and I was organizing my junk journal binder when I saw that, yeah, I have so many things related to food and snacks. I'm going to do a page about that. And so these are my favorite snacks, at least from August. And so I have here like M&Ms from the dollar store, Skittles, cinnamon buns, wafers, Ruffles that are like from New York, I think. It tastes really nice. It's even saltier than normal Ruffles, so that's why I liked it. And yeah, I just did this collage of my favorite snacks. And then again, because my parents are moving out and we are going to move into my grandma's house, they are also clearing their house. And I found an old card deck. And I decided to do just like a fun game because I had all of these papers from like flooring, from magazines about floors. And I didn't know what to do with it. And I thought it would be really nice to make it look like it's a table and people are playing on it. So I did like people playing here, some cards here that they are saving to play whatever the game they are playing, the front of the cards with the backs in the back, and then here more cards. And this one had like the logo, so I just put it in here and it looks so fun. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this page turned out. And then I just created my daily junk for September. This is the calendar. I actually use real coffee in here, and I did the first 2 days of the month because now it's the 4th, so I have to update it, but it's looking so good and I love how the page turned out. Okay, so now let's move on into my daily junk calendar for August. This is the month where I had a lot of different and weird things, so let me show you everything that I put in here. So on the 1st, I went to a sushi restaurant with a friend that I haven't seen in a long time, and I grabbed one of the business cards. On day 2, we went the first day to the studio to film with our band, and then we went to eat some crepes and gelato, and I added the receipt in here. On day 3, I packed orders, and one of the orders included a mystery stationery grab bag that I sell on my shop, and one of the items was confetti, and a lot of confetti fell on my desk. So I just decided to add it into my junk journal as a reminder that I keep getting orders from my shop, and that really makes me happy. On day 4, I started a freelance job, and because I had some new stickers, I decided to just add stickers in here. It's not junk, but it's like an event, something that I want to remember, so I just put some stickers in here. On day 5, this is basically a tortilla wrap, like the plastic wrapper. I didn't have anything better for this day, so I had to add it to my junk journal. On day 6, we celebrated a birthday, so I added the straws in here. On day 7, I got some letters in my P.O. box from my pen pals, and I saw this cat in one of the extras things, and I just added it in here. It's super big, but it's a huge cat, and I just had to put it in here. On day 8, I decided to add one of the tea slips, or whatever this is, from the tea that one of my pen pals sent me the day before. And it was actually pretty good. I think it was like blueberry muffin flavor or something like that. And I added the thing in here. And I have to add the actual things in my tea page that I haven't added yet, I think. But I have to do it soon and update that in a Reels form. I have this page that I did back in March with all the teas that I taste this year, and so I have to add it in here. On day 7, we went to a pool party, and I actually tried this drink, which is called panache, and it's actually pretty good. I think it's like beer with lemon. Pretty good. On day 10th, it was another birthday, and we went to Honorato for burgers, and it was super nice, and I grabbed a lot of junk from there, so I added some of it in here. On day 11, this is actually a cutout from a notebook. This is James Dean, because again, my grandmother is cleaning her house, so I am getting a lot of junk from her, and one of them was a notebook from 1984, and it had James Dean on it, so I just put it in here. This is basically a wrapper from cheese. Some days are just like that. I don't have good things to put in my junk journal, so I just put groceries. On the 13th, it's a scrap from that page that I showed you at the beginning of the video. of the calendar for March. I added in here because that was the only thing that I had for that day. On the 14th, I was sick, and this was all the junk that I collected on that day, honestly. On day 15 is another scrap from that blue page that I showed you. On day 16, we went to Estufafria, so I put some part of the ticket in here. On the 17th, I actually did my September theme in my bullet journal and my daily junk page in my junk journal, so I added some scraps in here. On the 18th, I went to my grandma's, so I added this like restaurant paper wrapper thing in here. On the 19th, we tasted Pop-Tarts, and it was awful. I didn't like it, but my husband really likes it, so I just add some of the wrappers in here. And on day 20, we tried Arizona. It was too sweet. I didn't like it at all, but I decided to cut up the letters and save some into my junk journal letterbox, and the Z I added into my junk journal. On the 21, I got my new art prints for July and August. They are going to be soon on my shop, so I added the QR code from Canva in here. On the 22nd, this is just the outer packaging of Capricin. I thought it was super fun to remember something from my childhood, and I added it into my junk journal. On the 23rd, and I know you were asking if you are a long-time viewer of my channel, this is a Sour Skittles pack that I put every single month into my junk journal. On the 24th, we tried some like fried things from the supermarket, and it was pretty tasty, so I saved the packaging and I added some into my junk journal. On the 25th, again, I didn't have anything better, so this is literally the wrapper of my glue stick. On the 26th, I wrote some pen pal letters, so I collected some bits of the washi tape and I put it into my daily junk journal. On the 27th, this is a card that I didn't use for my playing cards page. On the 28th, this is just the box from some tea that we bought. On the 29th, I went with my dad to an Italian place and I saved their business cards to put in my junk journal. And then on the 30th, we went to the beach and ate pizza on the beach watching the sunset, which is something so crucial to do in the summer. And I just saved the wrappers and the flyers from Pizza Hut and I put it in here. And then on the 31st, yet again another thing related to pizza, we had the final recordings of our song in our studio, and I added the business cards from the Italian place in here. So there's a lot of food related things in my junk journal, a lot of crap, but it makes it so beautiful. I really like how it turned out. I always like to see how my calendars turned out because you never know how the month is going to look like, and I like that I can collect different pieces of junk and add it into my junk journal. So yeah, those are all the pages that I did in my junk journal for August. I hope you enjoyed this video and took some inspiration from it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!